Most people by now, they have already received their tax refunds.
But one Valley man says that he's still waiting on his state refund, so he contacted 3 on Your Side's Gary Harper for help.
Well, the viewer in tonight's 3 on Your Side report says he should have received his refund from the state of Arizona way back in mid-March. And of course, we're already in May, and he says he still hasn't received it. And he says when he calls the Department of Revenue, he gets nowhere.
Come on, let's go before it gets hotter.
Erasmo Iasi says although he's retired, he and his dog still keep a routine.
As soon as I put my shoes on, he gets excited, and I take him with him for a walk, you know.
And as for an annual routine, Erasmo says he's never missed filing his taxes. Not yet, anyway.
I gather up all my other stuff. I filed my taxes on March the 3rd, federal and state taxes of this year.
Erasmo says he filed electronically and was told his state and federal refunds would be automatically deposited into his bank account by mid-March.
That if you filed electronically and it goes directly to your account, direct deposit, then you should receive it in 10 business days. It's been like 60 days, 70 days.
Well, it turns out Erasmo did get his federal refund back and rather promptly, and says he wasn't that worried when the state of Arizona was late depositing his refund for more than $1,200. But as time dragged on, he eventually made contact with the Arizona Department of Revenue.
I finally stayed on the phone long enough to talk to somebody. And she looked at it and she says, "We have no record of you filing your taxes."
That's when Erasmo got worried. After all, he did file and he really needed his money.
I bet you they don't pay you interest on it. But if you owe them $1,250, they're going to charge you interest.
3 on Your Side reached out to the Arizona Department of Revenue, which looked into the matter right away. A spokesman couldn't talk specifically about Erasmo's case due to confidentiality, but he did say Erasmo's refund was probably delayed so the agency could ensure that his refund was legitimate.
So there will be times when department officials will need to take an extra look at a tax return to ensure that that taxpayer isn't in fact a victim of fraud or in many cases identity theft.
And after 3 on Your Side's involvement, Erasmo says he immediately got his refund from the state for more than $1,200.
I watch Channel 3 and I see that, you know, they get a lot of problems solved for people that just don't have the access to it.
By the way, the Department of Revenue says the delays are actually a good thing because it gives them enough time to review all the tax returns. In fact, over the past 2 years, they say they have been able to identify more than $150 million in fraudulent returns. I'm Gary Harper, 3 on Your Side.